Feather Merchants. This video is going to be about when I had an opportunity to work inside Area 51. And, I've actually been very fortunate in my time on this planet. I managed to be in the Marine Corps when it was a little different than it is today. When we went through boot camp, the drill instructors could say a lot of bad things to you uh, and use bad language and actually use you as a punching bag. Um, Today, they'd get in a lot of trouble for that. And then I managed to be a structural iron worker during a period of time when they called us cowboys of the sky. A lot different than today because no offense to women out there, but they actually have girls doing this today as iron workers. And uh, of course, I had an opportunity to work inside Pelican Bay State Prison when it was still a tough prison, a little unlike today where it seems to be a daycare center for level 2 inmates. And then I even managed to talk my way into Afghanistan, and I worked there for a couple of years. But getting back to Area 51, I periodically I'll go on YouTube and type in Area 51 and see what pops up. And what was alarming to me today when I did that, there's more films out there, videos of people talking about when they worked in Area 51, they saw these aliens from another planet and talked about some really, really bizarre experiences. And, all this nonsense kind of started out with a guy in Las Vegas that claimed that he had been some kind of scientist out there, and he got the newscaster in Las Vegas to bite into his story. I've always been skeptical on whether the newscaster actually believed him, but he jumped on that bandwagon, and they still talk about it today. It's stupid what they talk about. I mean, this guy, there's so many holes in his story, and it's not funny. But there's more of them. There's one that I saw today, and I don't want to mention any names because everyone's so sensitive today. Who knows? I don't want them to delete my uh, channel. I do this for a hobby, and it's fun for me. But anyway, I saw one today where this little fat guy. I mean, he was so fat that I think they had to use a wide-angle lens to get him in the camera. But anyway, he claimed that he had worked in the Air Force the same time frame that I had worked in Area 51, and he worked out in Nellis Air Force Base, which is in Las Vegas. And according to him, they chose him to go out there to the range, and he said some really bizarre stories. I mean, one story, he's with a couple of co-workers, and they're in this vehicle and they're driving down the road, and they come up to the guardhouse, and the guard comes out and checks their ID and weighs them on, and then as they're driving further on the net, he overheard there was an escape. One of the aliens got loose from his prison, and he's escaped and he's on the run. So right away, they immediately turned around on the road and they went back. And of course, they come up to the guard shack again, and there's no guard. He didn't come out. And then when they looked closer, they couldn't help notice that there was blood all over the wall. And evidently, the alien had been there right after they had been there and killed the guard. And I mean, this is so bizarre. This is unbelievable. And it gets even better. This little fat guy that was in the Air Force, he said he was in the Air Force, that claimed to be in Nellis, he said that uh, another incident he was involved in, he was driving down the road and it was past the guardhouse there before you get inside the base. And he said he saw uh, someone walking along the road and he looked. The guy didn't have any ears. He didn't have any ears and he had big eyeballs. And when he looked closer behind him, there was a spaceship that was on the ground. And so they stayed there in their vehicle, and the creature that didn't have any ears approached him, and he said he didn't speak English, but he spoke some kind of a different language, but he could understand him. Somehow in his mind, he was able to interpret what he said. And Alien told him that his craft broke down and he needed a part for it. And he told him what the part was. And well, he wasn't familiar with parts on a UFO, so he told him to just walk further and get into the base and make contact with the commander of the Area 51, and they'll help you. And I mean, it's unbelievable. And you know, people actually believe this shit. Um, and there's so many of these videos out there. I mean, I watched a couple of them today that I mean, they almost make you want to vomit. You know, it's like, what the hell? And you got these guys that drive up to the back gate, and because they can't go through Mercury through the test site to get to the front gate, so they go to the back gate, and they do it in the middle of the night, and then they play this scary music, you know, like there's something mysterious going on, and there's nothing going on. They, if they were to breach the base, they'd get in a lot of trouble. Uh, they'd be arrested, you know, but they're not going to be tortured or anything like that, you know. And anyway, I'm just here to tell you guys, and this is going to be a disappointment for a lot of you UFO and alien believers, but there is no one up there or anyplace else on this planet from another planet. Now, I'm not saying there aren't aliens, because actually there are a lot of aliens. There's some that were actually working in Area 51, but they came from Mexico. And there's a fair amount of them in the U.S. that are here illegally. And fortunately, we have a president now that doesn't put up with a lot of nonsense, and he's deporting these idiots. And so anyway, I'm happy that that's going on. Um, anyway, you know, I am going to post a photo that was actually taken inside Area 51. And the photo is me standing in front of a T-38 jet, trainer jet, that they used at that time. They have a more advanced model today they use for the Air Force pilots to train them. But at the time, that was state of the art, and that was in 1989. And they let me fly the jet. It's unbelievable that I was able to talk my way into this. I asked them, I bugged pilots for 8 years in a row to take me up, and they would. I had many of them say, "Yeah, sure, we'll take you up, Jim." And of course, the base commander, they're not gonna. He'd look at me and think they ain't gonna take me up. But anyway, at the very end, when I was leaving, and they knew that I'd never be there anymore. That I'd be in. I was going to go to the California Department of Corrections, and they actually took me up in the T-38 jet and let me fly it. And it was unbelievable. I flew it at Mach 1. I took it straight up in the air. At Mach 1, and he showed me how to roll it. I rolled it and flew under radar, and it was, oh, what an experience. Just unbelievable. And anyway, I'm going to post that photo, and that was actually taken in Area 51. But there are no aliens. So, anyway, you feather merchants, I just want to thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next video. All right.